Welcome back. Real Estate Edge with Jimmy Singh. Number of people in this real estate market looking in order to use their home equity to get into the market as an investor. You might be thinking about this question and you might be looking for answers. We have Jimmy Singh. Jimmy Singh, for our 17 years of experience in all over the Ontario with teams implanted in most of the cities. Jimmy, what is the, this question seems like to you? Prices are too high. Is it the right time into the market? Should I get into the real estate market? How do you see that?
Sure. Thank you so much, Rizwan. So since, the federal government came with certain policies, changes in March and April, a lot of investors are reaching out to me, who are currently working to acquire real estate or who are just thinking about joining, get their feet wet. So they're kind of concerned, like, is it too high the market? Should we just wait or buy? Mm-hmm. So here is my advice, folks. In short term, nobody knows how the market is going to go, right? Short time market can be volatile. So if you're in a marketplace, only looking to make a quick money, that what we call speculation for a year or 6 months, please don't go, because at the end of the day, market already ran, quite high in last 2-3 years. So I expect a corrections of some sort this year or next year, maybe 5%, 10%, or maybe in some cities can be 20%. And there are certain products which ran a lot, especially the demand for detached houses in some big cities. They have skyrocketed. So I see the property type which has risen the fast is more prone to correction, right? But if you have a long-term horizon on your mind, personally, I'm buying properties. I bought a property in 2021. I bought a property this year, 2022, in February, for my own personal use. So at the end of the day, if you are looking to invest for 10, 15 years, these short-term things are very, very irrelevant. Second thing you have to understand is, if we are investing in, Greater Toronto area or even London or Windsor, you have to always see these things are in high demand. Supply is short, but the property is in great demand. We have, population boom in Ontario. We have intra-provincial migration. We have foreign people coming and, going for studies or employment in Canada. We have international, refugees or business people coming. All in all, guys, population of Ontario, as you know, is close to 14.9 million. And then population of Toronto is 6.3 million. So if we look at the bigger picture, from Canadian population of 38.8 million, roughly half of the people in Canada live in Ontario because of better job opportunities, a good weather, and accessibility to lot of borders.
Correct.
Close to US, right? So I learned long time ago that real estate is a wealth creator. But you have to be patient. The two things I follow diligently, those are the quotes given by Warren Buffett, one of the biggest, richest person in the world. So he said, never invest in things you don't understand. So my focus, my forte is only real estate. So I don't delve and try to, create excitement in my life just by bidding on cryptocurrency or doing those kind of things. It's too volatile, too risky for me. Even I have portfolio of some stocks, but I go for, quality companies with dividends, or I buy some, tech companies I believe they will be disrupting our life for next 20 years. So yes, short term, if I open, they might be down 30% today. I'm sure you guys heard about Netflix down 35% in last few weeks. But then again, you have to be, you have to be convinced that this company is going to change our lives for long term. Short term, nobody cares. Neither I bother with that, right? And so stay invested in real estate. So last evening, a gentleman called me and he was like, I'm looking to buy a 600,000 house in London. What do you propose next year? How much is going to go up? So I said, sir, with all due respect, I don't like to lie. So in short term, next year, the 600,000 house in London might be worth 570. It might be 700. I don't know. Right?
Nobody can predict.
Nobody can predict, right? So he was kind of shocked. He said, how can the house value goes down? Because he's a new immigrant, right? So he talked to his friends and buddies. They make good money, and now everybody is investor, right? They haven't seen the bad times.
That's what most messages are coming through.
That's right. So I said, sir, I can't. If you're not committed to hold the asset or real estate for at least 8 to 10 years, please don't invest. At the end of the day, you have to just look in your own family situation and see your wants and needs. Does you really need the house, or you can live with your parents and save the money for your down payment? Second thing you have to also understand is the monthly carrying cost affordable to you?
True.
Right, because we are in a high interest rate situation, and if you're looking to buy a property, you might be thinking few months down when the interest was 2%, I can easily afford 600,000. Maybe you have to re-strategize and now only afford $500,000 house, or maybe 400,000 house. So in this market, folks, buy something which you can easily afford and create some sort of buffer just in case the interest keep going up, which they are already going, or your condo fee goes up, property tax goes up, or you lose a job and maybe you have to wait for 2-3 months. At least you have 6 months money sitting aside so you can carry the assets. So if you're financially not solid, you have no business buying real estate.
Correct.
Right? And I like to compare real estate with stock market. There's certain things very, very similar. For example, Warren Buffett's philosophy is such that he buys enough share of certain corporations, so he is the majority holder, and then he can use the money from the company to buy another corporations. So same thing, as an investor, if we hold the asset long enough, we can leverage, use the equity, refinance it, and buy other product, right? So my advice to you is, if you're starting to buy, your first property, buy a starter home in a city with growing employment, accessibility to world-class universities, access to highways, and financially population are also growing in the city. So if you keep all these factors in mind and you buy a starter home, you will do fine, because the starter homes are less volatile as compared to expensive luxury real estate. Right? So this is a part, and at the end of the day, it is not about timing the market, it is time in the market. Yes, interests have risen, but we are expecting interest to rise anyways, because in pandemic they just cut the interest rate very, very low
for quite some time. Yeah.
So even if you borrow at 3% variable and you can still make 13-15% a return, you're still ahead of the curve. You're borrowing at 3%, making 15%, and 10% return on bank's money. So all in all, I will buy myself. I'm buying in real estate. If a good opportunity comes, I won't be sitting in the sidelines, waiting for the market to again, bounce back.
Exactly. I mean, you got the answers, and I think you elaborated really well in order to understand, especially the Warren Buffett strategy, in order to use that asset equity and moving forward. So what I wanted to take time and ask you, if you have any questions, similar or other questions, comment it below, and then we'll be able to take that question and answer that in our upcoming videos. Like, subscribe, and share these videos, because these are going to change your strategy, definitely. Keep watching Real Estate Edge with Jimmy Singh.